everybody. Look what I got. Look what I got. I am tired of ruining my clothes, and so I bought myself an apron. I'll post it in the video description. I got it from Duluth Trading Company, and so when I'm cooking, I'll be wearing this now. And so what are we cooking today? We're cooking a street corn recipe with chorizo sausage. And I got it off of one of my favorite cooking shows, America's Test Kitchen, and it's their regional show about like regional dishes in the United States called Cook's Country. And so I have most everything prepped already. I'll show you a few things of me with my knife skills. I've got my 8-inch chef knife Sweetness sharpened and ready to sing. Actually, she's been dancing through everything. She's a shy girl. She's not been on the video, but anyways, in a moment, I'll show you how I cut the last piece of corn, a few green onions, and then I'm gonna pickle some shallot. Join me. All right, Sweetness is ready to demonstrate on this last ear of corn. Here's something I learned from the show. I am going to cut it in half like that. And instead of having it as one ear of corn and then taking the kernels off, by cutting it in half, they're not falling down and spreading all over the counter. So here's what I do. I just go like that, and that, and that. Just like, there we go. Boom. Then I'll do it with the other one. Look at Sweetness. Just going through that corn like nobody's business. Good girl. All right, now I'm gonna take my bench scraper. That's it on the corn. All right, next is the green onion. I have 8 of them, and I've already cut up 6 of them. And so I have green onion whites over here mixed with some garlic that I've already chopped up. That'll come later. And then I have the greens over here. But if you watch me, I'll show you how I separate them. So about right here will be the green onion whites, and here will be the greens. And then so what I'll do is I'm just going to cut these really thin, just like this. Now with the greens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them at a bias. It makes them look very pretty. So at a pretty steep angle, just like that. Now these are going to be added, the whites and the greens are going to be added at 2 separate times. So that's why we're doing it this way, not just all in one. So we'll finish cutting those up. Good job, Sweetness. All right, next is the pickled shallot. Shallots are kind of like an onion. They're just not as aggressive, if you will. And so I like to think of them as French onions. So anyways, here is 2 tablespoons of sugar and half a cup of red wine vinegar. Now, I'm gonna stir this together, just like this, to get it all good and incorporated together. And then I'm going to add it to these shallots. I have 2 shallots in here that I have sliced very thin. Okay, now, next I'm gonna give it just a little bit more mix with my trusty fork here. And I'm going to put it in the microwave for about a minute. You hear that? That means it's done. Let's take it out. Whew! That's pungent. Okay, so it's not boiling or anything, it's hot, so there's gonna be a little bit of cooking here, so I'm just gonna make sure everything kind of gets down in there. And then I'm gonna cover it with some plastic wrap and let it all marinate. We're about to cook, it's all gonna come together. Now I'm gonna start off with the chorizo sausage. I have about a pound of it right here, and this is actually going to act also as the oil. I don't have to put any oil down for this. So So I have my Blackstone. I just turned it on. The original recipe says start with a cold skillet, but there we go. And so I'm going to cook this for about 4 minutes, and I'm going to break it up. And I have it tilted in such a way where the fat is going to kind of pool. So I'll see you again in a few minutes. What I have here is 8 scallion whites and 4 cloves of garlic minced. And I'm going to put it on for only about 30 seconds, maybe 45. What we're going to do here is we're going to mix it in, and we're going to get it nice and fragrant. You get the sausage fat over the garlic. It helps bloom the flavors. My wife, the cameraman, she loves garlic, and she is appreciative of that smell. The star of the show is the corn. A lot of corn. And so this corn is going to be on here for 6 minutes, so it'll get a nice, good char. Almost forgot, but I'm going to add my oregano and salt. I have about 1.5 teaspoons of salt and about 1 tablespoon of, in this case, Mexican oregano. But if you don't have Mexican oregano, you could just use regular. So I'm going to sprinkle it on. All right, been 6 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off these burners over here. And so what I want is I want it to be off the heat. Actually, I turned off all the burners, to be honest with you. And I'm gonna add my pickled shallot, just like that. I am going to add the green onions. And I am going to add the cilantro. And then I'm going to start mixing it all together. Doesn't that look good? It smells good. It smells delicious. It's colorful. Once I get this mixed up here, I'm going to add another little ingredient. And then it'll be ready to put on a tray, take inside, and I got 2 other ingredients left. But the last one out here is 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Fresh lime juice, just like that. And then let me mix it up. And there we go. So, I'll end this segment right here. And the next I'll see you, I'll take it inside and add the cheese and crema. All right. Here it is. I have it plated up, actually trayed up, and I have here about 4 ounces of Cotija cheese. It's pretty salty. It's a Mexican cheese, and it's crumbly. So I'm gonna just crumble it on, just like this, and then try to spread it to each area. Probably should have did this ahead of time, but oh well. And there it is. And then I have Mexican Crema here. And then I'm going to pour it just like that. Now, I'm not normally one for presentation, but this is a pretty dish. I can make beautiful things sometimes. Look at that, everybody. All right, I'm ready to taste my creation. I hope it's good. That's delicious. The sausage adds some good spice. I can taste that pickled onion or pickled shallot through there. That's really delicious. I can taste the cilantro, the green onions, the saltiness of that Cotija cheese. This is really fabulous. America's Test Kitchen for the win. All I did was double their thing and put it on the Blackstone. Well, this is really good. And you know what else is really good? This apron. This apron really came in clutch. It is going to be an integral part of my cooking videos in the future. You guys should try this. If you have a Blackstone, give it a try. This is good. Catch you later.